and welcome back. So today I'm going to do the long-awaited finale of 25 Days of Plantmas, which is going to be my houseplant tour. So, disclaimer, I did not clean before I decided to do this, and I'm going to do it in a very off-the-cuff way. So, my room is messy right now. My house is kind of like a wreck because we're currently renovating our deck, and so there's just stuff everywhere, but it's okay because the plants are still pretty. My setup right now is not ideal because I had to get it out of the room that it was in previously, and then I planned on redoing this room so that it would be great for plants, and then things got in the way, so it never happened. When I do it, I'll definitely film it, but for now, please enjoy my very makeshift setup for my houseplants. Okay, so this is a very accurate depiction of how my houseplants is normally, except for I also have filming lights on because the sun is setting outside. You know it's real because I haven't refilled my humidifier yet, but this is where the majority of my houseplants are, so I'm going to go through everything here first. So let's start over here. These are all my humidity loving plants right here. This is my Ludisia Discolor, my jewel orchid that I propagated in a video a few weeks ago. As you can see, roots are starting to come in, so I'm hopeful about that. I really love it, but I hated the way that it came. It was so janky and weird. This plant also does not like light, so learn from my mistake. Don't put it in pretty much direct lighting. That was super dumb of me. And then this is my Stromanthe Triostar. I kind of got it like this. And a new leaf is coming out. I really like this plant because it's actually a very easy plant to care for, despite being a Calathea. And then this is my Calathea Orbifolia that I unboxed from Plantarina. As you can see, there's some browning since I got it, and this is all 100% my fault. During that 1 week where I was really sick, I missed a watering, and most of my plants were okay, but this one started browning pretty much immediately, which I knew that when I got it, so I have to take responsibility for all of these brown edges. But so far it doesn't seem to be okay. No, I take it back. Okay, but I love it. It's beautiful. Okay, right next to it, this is a Maranta that I unboxed from Hertz. This has put out so many new leaves for me. Pretty much besides all these leaves right here that you see that look really beat up, pretty much everything else is new growth since I've gotten it, and I didn't even get it that long ago. And then this is a Columnea Gloriosa that I don't know how to take care of. I feel like there's been new growth since I've gotten it, but also it's dropped a lot of leaves, so I don't know, maybe I'm just underwatering it. But if anyone has care tips for this, let me know. This also really needs to be hung up. It's getting really long, but I just don't really have hang space right now, and it really needs humidity, so it kind of has to be close to my humidity or humidifier. This is my humidifier. This is the Lavoie one that everyone has. I'm planning on doing a review soon, but I'm gonna give it some time because I want to use it for a little longer before I give a review. Okay, this right here usually doesn't live here. It lives on the other side of the room, but I brought it over here because I wanted to show it to you. This is a Ric Rac Cactus that I got at Green Acres, which is a local nursery here. A lot of my plants are from there. I don't know if it's grown at all since I've gotten it, but I like it. It looks interesting. It's not that fussy. I have heard that you should give it more water than you think though, because it's not a desert cactus. Apparently it's a jungle cactus. Okay, let's span over to where the majority of my plants are. Right here is a polka dot plant that I repotted in my repot with me video. It is not doing all that well because if you can see, there's a lot of brown spots despite being completely next to a humidifier. So I don't know. I just don't do well with these. I should know better than to buy them. And then right next to it, this is my Philodendron Birkin. This is here because it doesn't like a lot of light. So this is a grow light that I have pushed the other way. And you see there's a new leaf coming out. I'm really happy about that. And then I have a vlog where I picked this up too. And then this is my Syngonium, Podophyllum, Albo-Variegata. I just put the stake in. If you saw my DIY moss pole video, I got this from Ludisia. It has not grown at all since I've gotten it, and I got it months and months and months ago. This is definitely like the slowest growing Syngonium ever, but I'm hoping that now that it has a moss pole, it'll do a little bit better. Okay, going back over here, this is a Philodendron Micans, also from Green Acres. I have a Green Acres nursery tour if you're interested. Lots of new growth, all new growth. And then right here is a heart-shaped philodendron from Hertz. This is one of my favorite plants. I think it is so underrated. It grows so fast. I love it so much. And then this right here is a neon pothos, also from Hertz. And then back here, this is a nubbin of a Philodendron Rio that I'm trying to root from a nub. We'll see how that goes. And then over there, that's an avocado that I'm trying to root. And then this is also another nub of a Philodendron Rio that's actually rooting very well. And then over here, back here, this is the pink polka dot plant that I'm trying to root. It came from this plant that I showed you in my plant graveyard video. It's barely hanging on, so I cut off all of the good parts and put it in here to water propagate. And then, okay, let's do over here. This is a Philodendron Rio that I got from a local nursery here called The Secret Garden. I could not believe my eyes when I saw it locally. Oh my god, I was so happy. Oh, I had to get it like immediately. This is a Scindapsus Pictus. I still can't say that word. I think it's called Argyraeus. Really can't say it. Someone please teach me how to say it. But this is such a super fast grower. I really like it. Pretty much this whole thing is pretty much new growth. Pretty much all of this is new growth. It's such a fast grower. Okay. This is a Hoya Kerrii that's variegated. This I got from Green Acres from my mom. They don't really grow if they're a single leaf, but she doesn't mind. She likes it. This is my variegated string of hearts, my original one from Green Acres, and I loved it so much that if you pan over here, I bought 4 more. So one is probably going to be for my mom, and then one I'm holding on for a probably like a giveaway of some sort, and these 2 I might sell. I'm thinking about it, or I don't know, maybe I'll just hang on to all of them for future giveaways. I don't know yet. And then next to it are my variegated string of pearls that I'm still learning how to take care of, but I love them. They're so cute. They look like wasabi pearls. So this is, or wasabi peas, and these are all from Green Acres. This is another avocado that I'm trying to root. I have a video on how to do that the best way. It's called The Secret to Growing an Avocado Tree on my channel. Check it out. Okay, this is a Enjoy Pothos. And then this one is a Snow Queen. I really love this Snow Queen, and I feel like since this Snow Queen has been under a grow light, it's been doing so good because the variegation has been coming out like whiter and whiter, which is awesome. I love that. And then this is a Marble Queen Pothos. This is propagated from my big plant that ended up dying from root rot. And I have a few containers of Marble Queen Pothos like around my house, and they're all from propagations from that original Marble Queen Pothos I got from Lowe's. And then right here, this is my variegated rubber tree. It's one of my favorite plants in my whole collection. It's been doing so much better since I repotted it into my soil mixture, which I do have a video on. This is my favorite leaf right here, this half moon leaf. It used to have an all white leaf that I had to cut off. This is a new leaf next to it. It took so long to unfurl. I was getting really impatient. And then this is a new leaf that's just about to unfurl. Okay, moving on. This is a Hoya Crimson Princess. I also have the Crimson Queen. It's in another room, but I really like these. These are really low maintenance and they're so pretty. Okay, this is a Philodendron Brazil. Very similar to the Rio. I believe the Rio is a sport of the Brazil. I really like having both of them. And eventually I want to do this whole shelf where I put like the Brazil, the Philodendron Rio, and a bunch of my pothos kind of next to each other. I think that would look so good. This is my Hoya Carnosa Compacta Variegata from Hertz. I don't know how to take care of this plant. So this started with like, I think way more leaves than this, and it all like yellowed and died off. So now I'm left with this, and I don't know how to take care of it because it hasn't grown at all. I know they're slow growers, but I've had this in summer and it's done nothing except for die off one leaf at a time. So if anyone has care tips for what I'm doing wrong, please let me know. Okay, this is one of my new favorite plants. This is the Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. It just unfurled this leaf, and then this leaf is currently starting to unfurl, and I just gave it a moss pull from my DIY moss pull video. I hated this plant when I first got it because it did nothing for so long and it came damaged from shipping. But now I feel like it finally recovered from the stress of shipping. I don't think these ship very well at all. And yeah, so I got this off of a Facebook buy sell trade group. And I do think the lady wrapped it like well. I just really think that these don't ship well. Okay. Next to it, one of my favorite plants of 2019. This is my Monstera deliciosa. It's giving me some of the first fenestrated leaves, and this big new one is about to come out right here, which I'm really excited about because the last couple leaves that have come out have been quite small. So I'm hoping that this one will be quite big. And then you can see there's actually two coming out. There's one back here as well, and they both look to be quite big. So I'm really excited about that. This is one of the newer plants in my collection. This is a Jade Pothos from Gabriella Plants, and it's not supposed to have any variegation at all, which is surprisingly kind of hard to find. The Golden Pothos is really popular, but the Jade one is actually kind of hard to find. This is a Scindapsus exotica. I got this at Lowe's in my big box shopping video. I called it a Silvery Ann for like forever until I got home and Googled it and found out it was an exotica. It's starting to put out its first new leaf since I got it right here. But so far these seem to be pretty easy going and they're so pretty. I think the care is very similar to philodendrons and pothos, where I let it dry out pretty much all the way before I water it. So that's all the plants that are in this room. Okay, let's move on to another room. Okay, welcome to my bedroom. As you can see, the lighting has changed quite dramatically because I don't have filming lights in here, but I want to quickly show you all the plants in here. So this is obviously the trailing wall pothos that I did a video on. If you want to see how I did this, obviously there's a video on that. And then, let's see, what else is there? So this is my fiddle leaf fig that I got from Home Depot. I told you the story about this fiddle leaf fig in my favorite plants of 2019 video, and then I just put some Christmas lights on it because we didn't end up getting a tree this year. And then let's do this way. So this is the Oxalis triangulus purple shamrock from Gabriella Plants. It is so gorgeous. I love it so much. This is definitely a newer plant to me, so I'm still kind of figuring out its care needs, but so far it's been here on my nightstand next to a west-facing window, and it seems pretty happy. This is another Marble Queen Pothos that I propagated from my big one, and yeah, it's doing good. This is another propagation of a Marble Queen Pothos. This is the Peperomia obtusifolia jade. This is cut from my big Peperomia, so it's a propagation that I just transferred into soil. And then next to it, this is a string of dolphins that I propagated from my big plant, and it's actually doing really, really well. Let me grab it. It's doing really well. So when I cut it, it was about there, and then all of this is new growth. So yeah, and it rooted so quickly. Okay, let's see what else is propagating. So that is the regular Scindapsus Pictus. This is the Philodendron Rio. It's propagating. Say hi to my neighbors. This is the Peperomia obtusifolia marbled. Everyone knows I'm obsessed with collecting like every single variegation of a plant I could find. So right next to it, I have the Peperomia obtusifolia Golden Gate. And then when I got this plant, it was about this size. So it's definitely grown quite a bit since I've gotten it. And then let's pan down. So this big planter, oop, I almost fell. This big planter is from Target. I used to have a peace lily in it, but it was way too big for that peace lily and I wasn't happy. So I ended up putting 3 different plants in it, and I kind of like this look. This is a Peperomia obtusifolia, and I didn't plant it in. They're all in like individual pots. This is the regular Peperomia obtusifolia jade. This is a Pearl and Jade Pothos. And this is the Hoya Crimson Queen, whose shape fits so perfectly in this pot. This one's from Gabriella Plants. This is from Green Acres. And this is actually from Trader Joe's. Got it for like $5. Okay, let's pan up. I made all of these macrame hangers. This is the big string of dolphins. It was blooming a couple weeks ago. It was so freaking pretty. And after it bloomed, it went crazy, and pretty much all of these strands right here are new growth. Like this is new growth, this is new growth. Yeah, so it's growing really well. Really happy about that. And then next to it, this is a Philodendron Rio. I got this one off of a Facebook marketplace. This one isn't that happy. Nothing, like, it hasn't grown at all since I've gotten it, but it's fine. And then up there, I just kind of stuck it up there because this pot was kind of bald, but that is a 3-inch pot of mixed pothos, just like every kind of pothos I owned. I stuck in that pot. We'll see what happens. If it doesn't like up there, I'll move it soon, but so far it seems okay. So this is my little plant corner in my room. Okay, so before I show you some plants, that's my dad. Before I show you plants in another room, I want to show you my experiment plant. This is a Marble Queen Pothos because I have so many of these from that big plant I propagated. This one is an experiment plant. It's hanging out here in this hallway because eventually, if it, grows, I want it to wrap around this banister. But there's no natural lighting in this spot whatsoever. The only lighting it gets is from these hallway lights. So we'll see what happens. If it ends up kind of like starting to die off, then I'll move it. But so far it doesn't seem too unhappy, and it's been here for maybe like a month. All right, hello. We are in my parents' bathroom, and I put a ton of plants here because they have the best windows. So this is my peace lily. This is the first plant I ever got that is still alive. It's doing really well. It's putting out some new blooms, even though it's like December. So it must be happy. And then over here is a pink Syngonium that is putting out a new leaf. This pink Syngonium I got at the same time as that peace lily and the other Syngonium I'm about to show you, but this one grows pretty slow. And it kind of fades to this like greenish color. I don't know. But yeah, this needs to be repotted soon. Then this baby. This is kind of like honestly how I got into houseplants, because this plant was so easy to grow and I loved it so much. Let me show you the roots. The roots on this one are freaking insane. Honestly, like I loved watching it grow so much. I ended up buying like 40 million other houseplants. And it's so happy here in this bathroom because obviously it's a bathroom, so it's quite humid and it gets pretty much like the best lighting in the whole house. Okay, over here, these are more experiments. This is a Ludisia Discolor that I chopped in that video I did. So far, nothing yet on this one, but it's also winter, so who knows, we'll see. And then this is another avocado that I replanted in my avocado video. And I showed you this avocado in that video as well. This was the first avocado that rooted. And it's doing really well. It's really tall. And then this is some catnip that I attempted to grow and it's honestly like dead. So let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the successful avocado. Okay, so ignore the mess down here. I'm gonna try not to show it to you, but we're getting our outside renovated, so it's so messy down here. This is a Ficus Alaska not variegated. I got this from Trader Joe's for $6. It has put out new leaf after new leaf since I've gotten it. It loves it so much. This is a south facing, or it's a south window. It's so happy. I love it. It's so low maintenance. Right next to it is a money tree, and it's actually my brother's plant. He got it at IKEA and it like pretty much died off as soon as we got it. So I moved it from his room to downstairs and it's growing back. So this is new growth, this new growth. This was the only remaining leaf from the plant originally. Yeah, and then this is a elephant bush from IKEA as well. I got it the same day that he got this plant. Honestly, I don't pay that much attention to it because it's a succulent and I overwater everything. Right here, this is a burl's tail that I got from the Secret Garden. I honestly don't know if it has grown at all since I've gotten it, but it's cute. I like it. Right here is a Crassula watch chain from Green Acres. There was a hot second where I thought I was going to get into succulents because there's this Instagram account. I think his name is Farmer Chew that I loved. Turns out, nope, not into succulents. And then the rest of these are golden pothos from my newt experiment. If you saw that video, this is my control golden. This is the super thrive golden, and that one's the newt golden. So far, they're all doing really well, and they're all starting to look a lot fuller already. That's it! Oh, so the last time I counted, it was around like 60 plus plants, not counting propagations, because those do not count. Everyone knows that. And this is a number that I'm really happy and comfortable with. When I got sick at the beginning of December, I quickly realized that this is the amount of plants that I'm good with, because I never want to feel overwhelmed by the amount of plants I have, because this is supposed to be kind of like a hobby and it's supposed to be fun, and I never want it to feel like work. So yeah, so for 2020, I'm definitely going to focus less on accumulating plants, because since I just got into plants in 2019, I think every new plant I saw, I was like, I have to have it. And I'm going to focus more time on taking care of the plants that I already have and only buying plants that I really, 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 really want. So hopefully there are less plant acquisitions in 2020, but all of the plants I do own are, you know, thriving. So yeah, if you watched this entire video, thank you so much for sticking through that. I'm sure the color coding has been oofed to edit. Yeah. I'm so happy that we are done with 25 days of Plantmas. I can't believe I finished. There was a while there when I was sick where I was like, am I gonna finish this project? This is definitely one of the first long-term projects I finished, and I'm so proud of it. It really doesn't matter how many people are watching, but I finished a goal that I set out for myself. I made 25 videos in December. They're not consecutive, but you know, they're all uploaded and they all happened. Yeah, this houseplant community that I kind of stumbled into has been so amazing. I've met so many people, both in person and online, that have just been so kind to me and so generous, both with their time and their expertise, and also like in sending me plants. Yeah, so thank you so much for sticking with me. Bye 2019, good riddance, and we are ready for 2020. So if you like this video, please give me a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in 2020. Bye.